Hello everyone. I wanted to give you a brief update now that everyone has taken the syllabus quiz, and I wanted to clarify a couple of pieces of information and emphasize certain policies. So the first point of clarification is the late work penalty. So for any major assignment that is submitted late after the due date, there will be a 10% penalty. So not a 5% per day penalty, but a 10% penalty. Second point I want to review is rough drafts when those are due, the rough drafts for your major assignments. That question on the syllabus was a bit tricky because I don't explicitly state on the syllabus when all rough drafts are due. You kind of had to infer that from reviewing the course calendar. So if you noticed, all major assignments that require a rough draft, which are 4 of them, those rough drafts are due on Thursdays at 11:59 p.m. So not every Thursday will you have a rough draft due, but all your rough drafts will be due on a Thursday this semester at 11:59 p.m. Please note that sometimes I do change the due dates for rough drafts, and so if that ever happens, just make sure that you're aware of any announcements that come out, and I'll announce it through Canvas, and I'll probably send out an email just in case that happens. And then the final point of clarification that I wanted to make are peer reviews. So according to the syllabus, peer reviews are due the day after the rough draft is submitted by 12 o'clock noon. So if rough drafts are due on Thursday at 11:59 p.m., then the following day would be Friday noon. And that's what the course policy states on the syllabus. I was, however, having a conversation today with one of your classmates, and she made a valid point that the guide for peer review on Canvas states how I will be giving you plenty of time for rough drafts because I expect plentiful feedback to be provided. So she made the valid point that if rough drafts are due on Thursday and then peer reviews are due on Friday at noon, that isn't enough time to complete a peer review. And the point is well taken. Unfortunately, when I stated that on the guide that I'm giving you plenty of time for peer review, I use it also in my online courses during the traditional semester, the 16-week long semester, where I will give a little bit more time for feedback for peer review. So what I'm going to do this time around for summer courses, because time is challenging and the course is accelerated, I will be giving you until Friday 11:59 p.m. to peer review each other's work. And for this first unit, for the application packet, you will not be grouped into groups of 3. For subsequent units, you will more than likely be in a group of 3 for peer review, but for this first one, you'll be partnered up. So you'll only have to review one person's resume and rough draft. For subsequent units, you'll probably have to review two students' rough draft. But for this one, because I do want you to carefully review each other's work, and I know that the genres of resume writing and cover letter writing are particular, I think if you're partnered up and I give you all day Friday to look at each other's work, then that should be sufficient amount of time. I'll survey you probably after the unit and have you give me feedback on whether you felt that you were given sufficient time for peer review. But for now, that's the change in the policy for this first unit in the peer review process. And I also want to let you know that I appreciate the feedback that I've given and that I've been given, the questions that have been emailed to me or posted on Canvas or messaged to me through the inbox. It's incredibly helpful to see where there are errors in the calendar or in the syllabus, and so that helps everyone get some clarification on what the expectations are. So with that said, next week you might feel like the course work isn't as heavy as the first week, and that is true, but I also want to give you sufficient amount of time to draft your cover letter, so really focus on that, because cover letter writing can take a bit more time than just drafting a resume. And I also want you to make note that all your homework next week centers around your drafting of your cover letter, updating your resume, and reviewing other people's cover letters and resumes. So the only submissions that you have the only submissions that you have next week are your resumes and cover letters for peer review, and those again are due Thursday at 11:59 p.m. So you don't have to post anything on the discussion post. Those are going to be due on the peer review discussion post. And then I'm hoping that once you get your feedback from the peer review on Friday, then you'll have Saturday and Sunday to update your rough drafts and finalize them for submission for Sunday, June 18th at 11:59 p.m. when the application packet is due. So that's all I have for now, and thank you for a promising first few days.